Hi, and welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time, welcome. Thank you for dropping by. Oops, I forgot to set up the lighting. Okay, that's much better. Today I'm going to talk about my experiences starting the channel and what it's been like getting a video out each week. And later I'll share with you my biggest obstacle and my biggest enabler, the one thing I did that pretty much guaranteed I'd get my first video out. Please stay tuned for that. This is video number 4, and I'm a day late, but I'll be back on track next week, I promise. In this video, I've added one new element that I'm not done before. Will you be able to figure it out before the end? Here's a little of my background. I own a real estate marketing services business based out of San Jose, California. We are just starting our 4th year in business, really our 5th, but 2020 was year 1, and enough said. The real estate world, December and the beginning of January are typically slower times of the year, and hence I have more time on my hands. This allows me to ponder the universe, and in one of these ponderings, I bumped into the idea of starting my own YouTube channel, this channel. I did start the channel. You're currently watching video number 4, as I said earlier. And my plan is to release a new video each week on Wednesdays. And so far, so good. Well, except this one, which is released on a Thursday. Anyway, okay, let's get right onto it. The biggest obstacle and the biggest enabler for getting that first video published on YouTube. I've known I wanted to start a channel for some time now, but probably been thinking about it for at least a year or 2. I also knew that I did not want to start another photo, video, how-to channel. There are so many excellent content providers out there on those topics that I did not feel that I could add anything. However, I'm not ruling out that at some time in the future I may dabble in on this channel. For example, if I find I'm using my editor in a novel way that I feel you may find useful, then I'll do a video on that and publish it. But for this new channel, I wanted to start something where I'm learning along with you. As I go through my experiences of starting this channel and sharing them, I'm learning, and so are you. As I've mentioned, I had some more contiguous downtime than normal over the holiday season, and I began to take the challenge of starting the channel more seriously. Being a photographer and videographer, I did want the look out of the gate to be professional, good quality, pleasing backgrounds, and well lit. It's funny, I've been giving a class on how to look good using your smartphone as your video camera using not too expensive lighting. So I had to be able to deliver a somewhat quality image from the get-go. Doing this will also give me more credibility when teaching the class. Being able to show how I do it, how I've improved over time, will show the class it can be done, that you can just need to start. You just need to start. My first step was figuring out. That became clear as I was figuring out how I would start. The topic of starting itself caught my imagination, so now I had my subject, starting. Now on to the next roadblock, setting up my studio. Again, being a photographer, videographer, I already had the cameras, the tripods, the lighting, but I still needed to buy some extra LED strip and tube lighting to make the background a tad more interesting. From this video's opening, you will see how some simple lighting can transform your video's look. So I purchased these and set them up. These are the lights you now see in the background on this and the other videos I've published to the channel. My desk area, studio here, was an unorganized mess, but over the last few days, I slowly started getting it into shape. Now, as you can see, it's looking somewhat clean and uncluttered. Now, let's share with you my biggest obstacle. There were many, but this, I'd say, was the biggest to getting the first video published. It was my internal voice, that little voice in my head telling me that I'm crazy. What have I got to say? What have I got to offer anybody? Fortunately, I've been around the block a few times. I've taken, a jump into the unknown more than once and was somewhat familiar with this voice. I did have the experience to know that I didn't have to listen to it, that I could just ignore it and listen to the positive voice saying, just go for it. And in fact, it's what I've been saying in my video classes. Just do it. Just start. Don't worry about what anybody else thinks. Only focus on how you feel. For the reality is, no one really cares. So just do it. But this little negative voice inside is relentless. It just keeps coming back. And it was a struggle to just ignore it and move on. As you can see, I did and am continuing to ignore it and keep going. And now on to my biggest enabler, the one step I took that probably was the biggest part in getting the first video out the door and published on YouTube on time and on the promised date. It's no secret, it's nothing new, but it did so work. Here it is, simply. I told my friends and family. I let them know that I was about to start a channel and will be releasing a video each week, and that the first video will be published on YouTube, and I shared the date and time the video would go live. This single, simple act alone was the biggest factor that got me to get the first video recorded, edited, and published. It really did work. Because as the date drew close, I became more adamant I was doing this and nothing was going to stop me. On that first Wednesday, I had the lighting and studio set up. I had the camera set up with the right lens choice and framing needed. However, I did not have any script yet or talking points. I must add here that the time from committing to starting the channel and putting out the first video was about 3 to 4 weeks. And during that time, I was continually taking notes on possible topics I could discuss during the videos. So while I had numerous talking points available to me on the day the video was due to be released, there was no script or any real idea of what the first video would cover. This is when the true value and power of a deadline became apparent. I was, as I said, committed to getting the video out. So I turned on the lights, set myself down in front of the camera, and hit both the video and audio record buttons. That's important. Then just started going at it. I had been thinking about what I was going to talk about for so long. There was plenty of ideas in my head already to flow out of me. After I stopped recording, I had about 20 to 30 minutes of video time, which I thought was incredible. This, when edited, ended up being about 6 minutes of video that you see on the video that was released. The edit itself took me about another 2 hours to complete. There was a lot of M's and Ah's to cut out. Some I left in, but most were cut out. Also, I cut out whole chunks where I had gone off track and was rambling on just too much. Then after the editing, I rendered and posted it to YouTube. Yay, I was so happy and excited that I had met my delivery date and just kept my promise to myself to get the video out. At the beginning of the video, I did mention something new about this video production. Were you able to figure it out? I'll reveal it in just a moment. I'm still in the process of finding my YouTube voice, but I've started, and so can you. Come along. Let's do this together. Let's be accountability partners for one another. If you started a channel in the last few weeks, months, please drop a comment and I'll keep track of your progress, and I hope you'll do the same for me. Yes, you have figured it out. This video was my first scripted video, and most, if not all, of the spoken word for this video was scripted and read from a teleprompter. It's a new skill I'm starting, and hopefully we'll get better at it. How did I do? Let me know in the comments. Take care, and I'll see you next time. And last thing, if you got any value out of this video, please click the like button. It really helps the channel. And if you want to join me on my journey, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. Take care.